Facebook Home is available as a download today for those that have the Galaxy S3 and the Note 2, and when it releases the HTC One and the Samsung Galaxy S4, but maybe you want that full Facebook Home experience out of the box. I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and what you want is the HTC First, the first Facebook phone where you can walk into an AT&T store for $100 with a contract and walk out with a Facebook phone. Is it the best? Is it better than the rest? Kind of rhymed. And should you get it over the S3, the S4, the Note 2, or even the HTC One? Let's find out in Phone Dog's unboxing of the HTC First. Scream it from the hilltops first. Maybe without the at the end. But this is the Facebook Home HTC First. First Facebook device, really the Facebook phone, if you will, after the HTC Cha-Cha. Now this thing has more of a deeper integration of Facebook all around, and it's intended for those people that are on Facebook on a regular basis, and really a customized home screen all around we'll take a look at in the full unboxing. Thanks to HTC for giving us a review unit. Really nice of them, and we always appreciate that. And special thanks to Best Buy Mobile as well, giving us devices for use in our One Paw Bandit game for free that we just turn around and give to you, also for free. At Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll make sure you're good to go. So when you walk out the door, you're working thanks to Best Buy Mobile. So it's got a nice construction to it all around. And just to give you a spec recap here, you've got a 1.4 gigahertz dual-core Qualcomm processor, Android 4.1, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 16 gigabytes of internal space. You've got LTE connectivity on LTE connectivity on AT&T. It is clearly Friday and I cannot talk. LTE connectivity on AT&T, available as of today for $99 with a 2-year agreement. Out of the box, of course, you get the phone, you get some HTC stickers, you get this thing that says stop, do not discard, which I'm going to ignore. I won't discard it though, I'll just ignore it. HTC, it's got the IMEI stuff on it. HTC's SIM removal tool, HTC First, limited warranty on HTC products, safety and regulatory guide, and then out of the box you get a USB cable and an AC adapter module. Won't get too excited about that because you've seen that stuff before. Now over here, micro USB charging port, micro SIM card slot, volume rocker, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, power button, and then your speaker down here at the bottom, and then it says HTC on the back with Facebook and AT&T logos. Got a camera on the back, 5 megapixel camera, 1080p HD recording, 2000 milliamp hour non-removable battery, and a 4.3 inch HD display that's 720p. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the SIM card slot here so we can get that SIM card in, power you up, and take a look at the new Facebook phone, and let's see if mine will fit. Having some trouble here, but you know what? That's the joy of shooting videos without a script. And then front-facing camera as well, so you can be Facebooking all day long, my friends. Front-facing, rear-facing camera, you can have all kinds of crazy party pictures on your Facebook by tonight if you wanted to, assuming you got this at the AT&T store this morning. Back button, some button there, some other button there, we'll figure out in just a second. I'm assuming it's like a home button, but we'll see when we power up this device, and hopefully we've got enough juice on it. We'll see. Do we have any juice? Yes, we do. There's the Facebook logo, and we're going to power this up. Now, Facebook Home is available as of right now through Google Play for a couple of different devices. The Galaxy Note 2, the Galaxy S3, the Galaxy S4 when it arrives, the HTC One when it arrives. So it'll be available on your smartphone as well. So if you want a similar experience, you can take advantage of that with the HTC One or the Galaxy S3, etc. The question remains, though, if you want a high-end smartphone, the best course of action is to go with something like the HTC One or the Galaxy S4 or the Note 2, and then download Facebook Home, because this device, at least in terms of specs for a lot of people, is going to be mid-range. I love the way it feels in the hand. Actually, it reminds me a lot of something Palm or HP, and I can't take credit for this because quite a few journalists are saying this, but it reminds me of something that if Palm was still around with WebOS or HP was still around with WebOS, this is the device that they would create, or at least this is the 2013 version of maybe the pre-4, the pre-5, if they were still around at this particular point in time. So do I have a Google account? I'm going to say no for right now, just because I want to see what happens about logging into Facebook. I do find it interesting it asked me for my Google account before it asked me for my Facebook account. It's a Facebook phone, come on now. Google services, setup complete, and let's take a look. So AT&T, here we go, Facebook Home, 4G connectivity. I don't know if it's LTE or not. It's a stock version of Android, I believe. It does not run Sense. No, actually does not run Sense behind Facebook Home. We're going to go ahead and log into Facebook and take advantage of this. We're loaded up here, and you can see my group of friends with their pictures in the background, and this is what the actual phone looks like. Now, I can click here to get my applications, as you can see, and it brings up my ability to create a status, a photo, a check-in. Then I can scroll over and see a couple of different settings here. So I've got my settings within themselves, and you can see that stock Android 4.1 running in the background here. So nice and fast all around. I'm pretty pleased with the overall performance of this device. And of course, you have your notifications bar here as well. with this. And then I should go down here and take a look and see About Phone, just so you can see Android 4.1.2, HTC first. Probably can't read that on the camera, but that's okay. And then I can click here to go back to my application. So from here, I have Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and then I have some Google support as well. Chrome out of the box, Google, Maps, and then my phone as well, where I can click here and make a phone call. So again, stock Android 4.1.2. You've got my recent calls here. Then I've got my dial pad, as you can see. And let's compose a message just to see what it looks like. I'll create a status here, and you can see what's on my mind. Well, I can tell you what's on my mind, and you have a stock Android keyboard here. Portrait should work in landscape mode as well, but perhaps not. I will take a look at that before the full review. And then, of course, I can scroll over here. Visual voicemail. I've got my photos. I can check in as well. And then, interestingly enough, I'm not seeing text messaging, which I find interesting. Let's see what we've got here about text messaging. I don't know why I'm having trouble. I see Facebook Messenger, but I don't see text messaging. Let's see, Facebook Messenger, and I actually have mine disabled. There we go. Okay, over to the actual Android device. And forgive me, I haven't actually had any hands-on time with this device myself, so I am learning as you're learning, my friends. Calendar, calculator, camera, Chrome, all the different integration here, Gmail, and then of course I've got my messaging right here, where I can load up a text message and then use the keyboard both in portrait, and it looks like I may be locked in portrait mode. That could be the problem. Let's see here. Auto rotate screen, Shazam. There we go. And now I can load it up and move it between portrait and landscape mode and see my camera, or see my keyboard rather, and you can see 4.3-inch display. It's an HD display, which actually looks pretty nice given the smaller size of the display. And then you've got a stock Android keyboard right here. 2,000 milliamp hour battery. We will have to see how this thing performs in real-life testing throughout a couple of days. Now, it's showing 4G up here. I'm not quite sure if that's 4G or 4G LTE. I imagine there's an LTE indicator that pops up just below that when it's activated via LTE. So we'll wait and see about that. But then, of course, I've got my button here where I can report a bug, and I've got home settings, and then I can log out of Facebook if I so desire. So what I'm kind of curious about is the overall integration of this. I'm curious as to when I log out, for example, whether it automatically defaults back to Android. These are the kind of things we're going to put up to the test in the full video review, my friends. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the Facebook phone. I'm really excited about this. I think for a lot of people that love Facebook, this is going to be a great option. But if you still want that device with higher end specs all around, hey, Google Plus. With higher end specs all around, take a look at the HTC One, the Galaxy S4, the Note 2, and then just download Facebook Home from the Google Play Store. Otherwise, AT&T applications here, as you can see, My AT&T, Visual Voicemail, maybe YP Mobile as well. Let's see. Oh, look, I just switched it right back quickly and easily to stock Android. So I have the ability to shift that around as I see fit. And then, of course, Facebook Home. I just click it, and it loads right back up. So actually surprisingly easy transitions between Facebook Home and stock Android within itself. That's actually a really nice selling point for those people. A ton of people want stock Android, and a ton of people want a device that's pocketable and easy to use. And I think for a lot of people, I can fit my hand all the way around this device. Very different, considering in 2013, we're talking about 4.7, 4.8, 5.5 inches, all of that stuff. It's really a nice pocketable device to keep around, maybe for the weekend, maybe for those times you're wearing shorts and don't want that Note 2 sticking out of your pocket like an eyesore. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.